Fellas, let's move on to the last of our future segments, Final Four picks. You can bet teams to win their region, and we're going to look at each region. So again, we're just making the pick that we think is going to win each individual region. Let's start in the East, and I'll run through the odds really quick. We've talked a lot about the East so far. Michigan minus 125, Alabama plus 390, Florida State plus 500, Texas plus 500, Colorado plus 750, UConn plus 750. So, gentlemen, who do you like in the East? Rashad, I will start with you. Who do you like to win the East?
I like Alabama. I believe they will have a challenge against a feisty Patino team early on. But this is a team that is really good. Herb Jones is a fantastic dual forward. I like to say they play through him offensively. He rebounds, he scores, he facilitates, and Javon Quiverly is playing his best basketball as of late. I just think that Coach Oates puts his teams in position to play the game the right way. They're feisty, they're tough, they love to compete against the opposite team. I really like Alabama here. I just can't. I got Alabama.
I'm going with Texas. Texas to me is peaking at the right time. It's all because of Jericho Sims. Jericho Sims right now, coming off what he did in the Big 12 tournament, is producing comparable to what Jordan Bell showed when Oregon went to the Final Four in 2017. So if Jericho Sims plays like he did last week at Kansas City, Texas is a Final Four team.
If you had told me when I woke up this morning I was going to be a bouncer over Abilene Christian, I got the fan club on one side, I got them losing in the first round on the other side. We'll talk more about that matchup later on, but let's get out west. Gonzaga, we've discussed, overwhelming favorite, minus 250. Iowa, the number 2 seed, plus 350. Kansas, plus 750. USC, plus 750 as the 6th seed. Virginia, plus 750. Creighton, plus 750. All these odds courtesy of the FanDuel Sportsbook. We'll start with you this time, John. Who do you like in the West region?
The West region is obviously the St. Elmo's region, just so I want to make sure I get it straight for everybody at home. So if we're looking right now in the West region, I think it has to be Gonzaga. And as a matter of fact, I might rename this bracket a second time. Instead of the St. Elmo's region, it could be the Gonzaga Invitational. We've got Iowa as a 2 seed, okay, matching up potentially with Oregon, okay, in the round of 32. And then, the 3 and the 4 seed, Kansas and Virginia, are the 2 teams that have COVID problems. So, I think Gonzaga will win the Gonzaga Invitational with ease.
Rashad, you picked Gonzaga earlier. I'm guessing nothing's changed. Anything to add on that Gonzaga pick out west? In the St. Elmo's region, excuse me. I apologize.
Yeah, no, this is a no-brainer, this region. Again, Gonzaga is just a more dominant team. There's no reason to overthink this one. I think Gonzaga, they roll.
Very good. Let's move on to the South. Odds courtesy of the FanDuel Sportsbook. Baylor, the overwhelming favorite, of course, is the number 1 seed at minus 125. Ohio State plus 390. Villanova plus 600. Arkansas plus 700. Purdue plus 700. Texas Tech plus 700. Rashad, you're based in Texas. You know so many of these teams well. You know the South region very well. Baylor, the number 1 seed. Obviously, Arkansas, Texas Tech from right around the corner. Who do you have winning the South?
I'm going to go with Baylor. I mean, when you look at the guard play and what they bring to the table, I mean, Butler's tremendous. Mitchell's tremendous. They have maybe the most lethal tandem in all of college basketball. This Baylor team reminds me a lot of John Beilein's Michigan 2013 team with Trey Burke and Tim Hardaway Jr. That's what I see with Baylor. I got them going.
I'm going to agree with Rashad here. Yeah, I think Baylor is primed to make a Final Four. And I think, like we were talking about earlier, with obviously, momentum in conference tournaments not always yielding, obviously, success in winning a national championship, I think Baylor will be refocused and fresh for the NCAA tournament. Another thing, too, when you look at Baylor, should they get to the second weekend here, you've got obviously a Villanova team that's limping into the tournament as a 5 seed, and then Purdue, who I think has a great chance to get to the second weekend. For this group of players at Purdue, it's their first time that they're going to be together in the NCAA tournament. So I see Baylor really with a nice road to a Final Four.
Very good. We'll wrap in the Midwest. Illinois, the favorite at plus 165. Houston, plus 350. West Virginia, plus 500. Oklahoma State, plus 600. Tennessee, plus 750. John, you already told us earlier you think Illinois is going to win the national championship, so obviously you like Illinois. Name us the one team that you think could give them the most problems in what I believe is the Steak and Shake region. Not positive on that, though.
Well, I think there's several, Aaron. I think when you look at, this region from top to bottom right now, there's quality toughness all throughout the region. So I think Illinois is going to be tested in every game that it will play as long as seeds hold all the way to the Final Four. But like a great boxer that can obviously be standing in the 12th round, I expect the Illini to make it and obviously get to the games that are going to be played on April the 3rd. All
right, Rashad, Midwest, who you got?
I'm going to go with Illinois here. I agree with John. Obviously, they're going to have some tough matchups throughout. I think Loyola Chicago will give them a fight for their money. They're going to force them to take tough shots. They're going to limit their possessions. But again, Illinois is just one of those teams that they're just a better puncher, like John said.